This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Vazurek visiting once again with meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather in Atwood. Chris, that blizzard warning continues for the high plains. Looks as though some more rounds of light snow could impact the area throughout the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, Joe, we got this low moving through East Kansas, and what that's going to be doing here the rest of today is it's going to wrap around winds. We got wind gusts up there 40 miles per hour in Goodland. We got a 54-mile-an-hour report in McCook area, and that will keep blowing at that 20 to 40-mile-an-hour clip here through the rest of the day. They probably don't die down until after 2, 3 a.m. in the early morning hours. And what that's also going to do is wrap some snow around in waves around that low pressure. Don't expect the snow to come to a complete end until late afternoon, where we could pick up another 3 inches of snow, probably more as you're off to the east a little bit as far as totals go. We've got a band of 4 inches or so from the McDonald area, northern parts of Rollins County. You get towards Herndon, the state line there, it starts picking up 6, 7, and we may have some 8, 9, 10-inch totals here before it's all said and done at the end of the day along that Decatur, Norton, Phillips County line there in Nebraska and the southern Furnace County and Red Willows. Those are the places that will have the bigger accumulation today. There's 1 inch to 3 inches of that sleety snow already on the ground. You add this on top of it, so it's going to be blowing and drifting is going to be the biggest issue there. And then we've got the slickness underneath of the stuff that had already frozen. If it melts a little bit with cars and stuff driving on it, it'll refreeze and just be kind of an icy, slick mess out there on the roads and walking and traveling around town. So please take precautions. Things are slick, drive slower. As far as temperatures go, we'll hover in the 20s through the day. Those wind chills will be down there around 0. Tomorrow morning low will be at 10. Winds will be lighter tomorrow, but with the snow on the ground, northerly light winds and that snowpack all the way to the Canadian border. We don't expect much warm up tomorrow, probably upper 20s, that 30 to 35 degree range out to the west where there's less snow on the ground. And then we'll have to wait till Wednesday, Thursday when high pressure moves in, the winds turn back to a west and southwest direction. And that'll put us back into the 50s and 60s. And the next storm system we'll be watching will be probably early next week. There's one Friday that is a low pressure will be moving through. It doesn't look like it'll have any Gulf moisture to work with and kind of a weaker one. So not expecting much out of that, but we could have a Colorado low Monday, Tuesday of next week.
Chris, Decision Weather, along with America's Weather Streaming Channel, is offering kind of a unique experience for folks with your app and subscribers. Talk a little bit about what you guys have going on.
Okay, so Decision Weather, working with American Weather Streaming Channel, which is a group of meteorologists from across the country. We each got our own local area to cover, and we're responsible for doing the local forecasts for individuals and businesses. The states that Decision Weather is covering will be Colorado, Kansas, and parts of Oklahoma. Area from Denver to Wichita to Oklahoma City is kind of the Decision Weather coverage area. And what we're able to do with our graphic packages and the software can do localized forecasts specific for individuals and businesses, event planning, decision-making for the farm, businesses, and then provide them local graphics and a video product that can be on the YouTube channel at myweathernow.com and Facebook Live. And at the same time, we can be doing our severe weather updating reports with our live radar packages, warrant and warning updates for both the radio coverage and the video coverage at the same time. So it's pretty unique. And then our subscribers, they have that one-on-one direct messaging to the meteorologists. You're not having to go look at a phone app to see what the temperature is, and then 3 hours later it changes and it bounces around, and then your snow forecasts are changing with each model run. We'll just say, this is what was going to happen, this is what we're doing, and you'll get the updates as we get them and as quick as when you need them by just messaging us, and we'll directly reply back. So it's based off of text messaging, faster, quicker, and more accessible, tailored to your location. So it's not a general 160-mile radius area, which you get with weather service forecasts or any of the models. That's just specific for an area. We're site specific. We know where you live, we know where you're at, and we know who you are, and we'll message back and forth and let you know what's happening. So less than $1 a day. Probably save you a year's worth of savings just in one event or one storm if you have to make a decision or something critical going on out there for your business or your own personal self.
All right, so a lot of things coming up, and just be listening for more details here on 106.1. For Chris Schrammick at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel, I'm Joe Vazurek on KYVZ.